Bianger here, Sports Information Assistant at Averett University with wrestling head coach Blake Roulo. Blake, your team's 10-0. Just kind of give us your initial response to you being 10-0 right now.
It's really special. It's special. It doesn't happen, especially in our sport. We got a great team, and there's leadership throughout the lineup. Our guys are tough. Our guys are so tough, and it's been a total team effort from top to bottom. These guys have fought for it. They've earned it. They deserve it. We've beat some really good teams along the way, and when teams are at this point and they've wrestled this many matches, you would assume that they've had all slouches, and it's not the case. We've beat some really solid teams, and I'm really proud of this group, but we're not done yet.
Let's recap your senior night victory over Bluefield College, 53-5. Talk about your seniors, and then just talk about the, overall match.
So our three seniors that we celebrated on senior night. First was Frank Blevins. He is a leader in the classroom. He had close to a 4.0 GPA. And I want to say he had a 3.75 when he's about to graduate. He just does so well academically for us. He's pushed through all 4 years here. He's dealt with some injuries here and there, but he's just a leader. We love Frank Blevins. We call him Frank the Tank for a reason. And then William Merritt all three have been here since year one, and William Merritt is someone who's fought. He's been asked to bump up multiple weight classes. He's just a team guy. Never has anything wrong come out of that. It's all positivity. Sometimes I wish he'd talk a little bit less, but William Merritt is a special individual that I've been privileged to have coached these last 4 years, and once again, he's got his academics in order. And he's a criminal justice kid. He's looking to get a job with the FBI after he graduates. Frank Blevins is going to PA school. And then Caleb Harmon, who's third on the all-time wins list for us, lost his starting position as a senior, which I know it was a little heartbreaking for him, to Tony Blackman. But Caleb Harmon is just exceptional. And he just, once again, his grades are great. He's won a couple USA South all academic team selections. He's someone looking to go to grad school in the future. He's someone who our guys value their education. Our first priority is academics, and all three of these guys show that in the classroom. And you can't ask for more than that. And they're just leadership and their character development. They help hold other guys accountable. And I'm going to miss all three of those guys, but you better believe that they're going to be in our wrestling room coming back and helping our guys get better when they're in town, whether it's for winter break or spring, whatever. May have to have those guys maybe run a practice or two to get the coaches a day off, but just excited to keep those guys a part of the program, being our first alumni. And yeah, so about the actual duel though, we beat Bluefield 53-5. We dominated a team that I believed that we should have dominated, and our seniors they started, and we went undefeated with our seniors, and that's all I really need to say about that. Another highlight was Jamar Christian bumped up to heavyweight, wrestled a really good wrestler from Alabama, and pinned him, and then Brandon Woody beat a kid who was ranked top 20 in the country in NAIA, and I want to say he tech fought him. I could be a little off on that, but good team effort all the way through against Bluefield.
Okay, so last night, Division I Liberty rolled into town, and you took care of them 27-16. Let's get a recap on that and your overall thoughts on your team's performance.
So Liberty, they're one of those teams that we had to get back. One of our many goals this year was to take over the state of Virginia away from non-Division I schools. And there's someone who've won probably, I want to say it's been like 4 out of the last 5 NCAA national titles. They've won those. And there's someone who saw they got $1.5 million dollar facility. I'm not trying to promote them right now, but you got to say for what it is. And they have every reason to beat us. Every reason, and we find a way to beat a team like that, it just legitimizes our program that we're doing the right things. That was a lot of fun last night. The pace, Braswell wrestles a transfer from Division I Drexel, majoring the kid, and we had a slip up at 33 and 41. Woody dominates the kid. Tech falls him 49. I'll tell you what, Tony Blackman is a baller this year. He is an absolute baller. Like last year, if he got down in a match, he would put his head down, and this year he just does not stop. He finds ways to get through matches. He was down 8-0 and got a pin. That's awesome. That's what our team is about, being gritty, being tough, finding ways to have success even when you can't see it. You keep wrestling through positions, you find ways to score, you find ways to dominate, and you find ways to turn it around even when you can't see a light at the end of the tunnel. Tommy wrestled at 57. We wrestled a really tough kid at 57. I was pleased with how Baldwin performed at 57. Needs to get better, needs to learn how to wrestle through positions. 65, 74 back-to-back, that was amazing. Alex Turley, his only loss of the year was against the Liberty kid. That first time around, he got pinned. And to flip that to a 13-6 win, just outpacing a guy, getting him breathing hard, and just being tough for not one period, not two, but 3 whole periods, that's his first decision of the year. He's either majored or pinned everyone he's wrestled. So I was really proud that, he didn't jump the gun. He found a way to finish an entire match. Because he gets anxious, man. He always wants to pin. Always. And so I'm really proud that he showed some real maturity throughout an entire match. Finishing it out. And Mosley pinned a solid kid. And that pretty much sealed it for us. 84, we got some technical things to fix there. And 97, really proud of our effort there. We just got beat. And at heavyweight, man, Trent Ragland, that was really special. The kid he beat, Jeffrey Allen, was one of the best kids to come out of the state of Virginia. They both wrestled at Virginia Tech, and for him to win that just shows the development that he's had here at Averett, both on and off the mat. To beat a guy like Jeffrey Allen just says to Trent's work ethic and his growth. So it was a really special day to beat Liberty, who's historically, fun fact, they're the first college dual meet I ever watched. So when I was in 7th grade, the same head coach back then, when I was in 7th grade, the first college dual meet I ever watched was Liberty versus George Mason. I was in 7th grade, day before the high school state tournament. So I remember watching Liberty. I remember watching those historic teams, and that was, it was just really emotional night last night. Couldn't be more proud of our guys.
So now, Coach, let's talk about, the NCAA Winter Championships decision, and then the plan for the Coaches Association, and just the plan from here.
So first, it's just, our guys got their hearts ripped out. I didn't think the sport could make me cry like that again, and I got the news coming back, recruiting from an area down south, and I got the news, and I had to pull over the car. I was really emotional, and it's tough. And the one thing that's been great about our team is we're staying motivated. We find ways to keep motivated, working towards that next team, working towards that next goal, because it is uncharted territory for everyone. It's all about who can keep their guys engaged, who can keep them motivated, and our guys do that just naturally. So what happened was basically we were at the 61.9% of teams competing for our sport, and we had to be at 70%. So we were at 61.9, 70%, we would have had the championships. So now what's happened is the NCAA has basically said, no, we're not running it. The NWCA, along with all of those committee members, did an awesome job. They banded together. At the end of the day, wrestlers, we fight, and we don't take no for an answer sometimes, for better or worse. And we banded together, and it's going to be an NWCA D3 national tournament. It's going to be a 32-man bracket. They're going to seed it. A ranking committee currently right now will decide who the top 32 wrestlers are, And it's hard because some teams have had shortened season, and some have had more matches. But they'll go by your history, your credentials, and some will go by how you've done this year. And some of it's going to be, hey, listen, we know this guy's good, and it's going to be different. But a 32-man bracket ain't nothing to sneeze at. So I think it's actually going to be tougher than what it has been. They're going to have it as close to the NCAA tournament as possible from a similar experience. But we're motivated. We're excited. We plan to get all 10 guys there, but if we don't, we'll have 7. And then I think what's most important is we get to wrestle those Midwest teams. We're going to be able to wrestle the Wartburg. We're going to be able to wrestle the Augsburg, the Wabash, who's really tough this year, the Milliken, and it's going to be exciting to see where we stack up in a national tournament setting.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yes. So newly added to the schedule, February 27th, we'll be going to Messiah College, and we'll be wrestling them. Messiah was second in our region. Currently, right now, they're ranked 20th in the country. Could be 21st. In my opinion, the regional title could have came down to both of us. So we're going up there, and we want to see where we stack up against. It's either we're going to get our butts kicked, and we get our first loss of the year, which is what it is, or we're going to go up there and win and show that we're for real this year. And there's going to be some tough matchups. They got a top 10 65 pounder, a top 10 74 and 84, a top 10 149 pounder, and we're excited to compete against those guys. This is what the sport, you want matchups that challenge your guys. You want matchups that the fans can get excited for. And I'll tell you what, Coach Brunk and me, we're pumped to see this match. Our guys are pumped to see it because it's been a long time coming to get to this point. But I think it's going to show people whether or not we're at that level to win a regional title for the following year. And not only that, it's going to help out for seeding at the D3 Nationals this year.